All right. I'm going to use this because the video is going to be better.
Okay. Got you.
I have no idea on the phone. We have to move on.
What do you have the phone on?
Huh?
What is your phone on? IGTV or?
I had IG put on video,
okay.
And I don't know. Telling me to. I don't know what it's doing. But
I'm gonna put it.
We gotta move on.
Yeah, I'll put it on IGTV. Just
cool. Yeah, I mean, just undo the clip. Hello, welcome to a slightly chaotic episode 3. We are in a slight rush today. Try to keep yourself in frame on that one so we can use that video later. Just a tiny bit of a small rush today because we have a big meetup game today. We have the 3 big vloggers here, and of course, PokerSesh is here as well. Today is tournament day. Yesterday was the primarily the cash game day. The room we normally do our recordings in is going to be used for the tournament, probably in about half an hour. So yeah, it'll be a slightly shorter episode. We're going to try to get through a few things, possibly pull in some interviews if we can, you know, join us next week for episode 4.
Yes.
The first thing that I wanted to talk about this week that was really interesting news that I like. This is a player that I've followed for a while. I'm sure you probably have too, but Maria Ho won the high roller event at the LAPC.
What was the buy-in?
25,000.
That's pretty big. Yeah, so then, what was first place?
First place, well, probably in the article, which I can't really read from
That's
here.
okay.
It was
she won.
A big payday.
Good for her.
It was a good payday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
If it was a high roller of 25K,
yeah,
she won over $500,000.
Yeah,
easily.
Sizable.
Yeah.
In other slightly interesting news that didn't make my sheet, but we were watching it last night with interest.
Yes.
Along with Johnny, who was here. His brother Andrew was at the main event at the Bicycle Casino circuit event.
Yes.
And he did end up heads up for the winner, and he ended up taking second. Everyone knows if you play tournaments, you're disappointed if you don't take first, but hey, second's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure he was pretty
excited about that.
Yeah, I think second paid him 130 or 140,000. First might have been 210.
Yeah.
But he played really well at that final table. We were all railing it from here in San Antonio. Super excited.
Oh yeah, that was pretty exciting news and pretty exciting to watch because Johnny was here playing, and we had the opportunity to kind of watch along with him. I mean, obviously he was probably getting slightly quicker updates from his brother a little faster than the live stream delay, but
I think he was getting updates from Chrissy Arnett.
Probably.
Who's
she was on
Johnny's wife?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was sending him the updates because I think Andrew was pretty focused and not on his phone.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Good stuff. What else has been going on?
In poker news, we talked last week about the WSOP releasing their schedule. This week, the Golden Nugget released their summer schedule as well. Golden Nugget, if you're not aware, of course, is downtown. And it has a poker series a lot like the World Series. It just is smaller buy-in and slightly smaller fields, but it's a very similar structure, very similar type of tournaments, very similar types of events. So if you like the things about the World Series that are not the Hold'em events,
That's right.
you know, Hold'em is great, but there are other pieces of poker.
Yeah.
Right. Make poker limited again.
Yeah, they do. They have good Omaha tournaments. They have
Absolutely.
7-card stud tournaments.
They have a mixed game tournament. Yeah. They have a mixed triple draw tournament. They have a mixed stud tournament. They have a wide variety of different tournaments that are available.
The buy-ins are pretty reasonable. I think the main event was only 600. No, might even have been less than that.
I think the main event was 570. 600 was some other event that was. But 600 was the top buy-in. I played it. I don't think I played it last year, but I think I played the year before. I liked it. It was a good tournament. But certainly check out their website, or I found it on Twitter. So find them on Twitter, and you can get the entire schedule. It runs pretty much the same time span as the World Series of Poker, maybe a week short on one end or the other, but it's very similar. And again, for example, the 8-game mix, which is one of the ones I'm interested in, it runs on Thursday at the Golden Nugget, and then the 1500 version runs on Saturday. Yeah, it seems like they do a good job of syncing them up. Yeah, they don't overlap, but they're close. Really good. So if you're interested in a specialized event, you can probably play one at the Nugget, and then the World Series one. They know that the players are in town, so they do a good job of backing them up to each other. Yeah, that's very true. It's starting to fill up here. We're starting to see a lot of tables fill up for the second day in a row. Pretty early too. We do have a lot of tables that will fill in the evening, but before sunset, it's a little less common. Yeah. So it's nice to see that. So how did you do yesterday, Mike? The game. How did I do yesterday? Yesterday, I did fairly okay in the game. I was pretty much playing pretty tight with a short stack. Pretty conservative on the game, and I won a couple of hands decently enough, and then I got Joey. I got in with queens versus 10 pre-flop, and he gets a 10 on the flop, so that doesn't turn out very well. How you doing, Doug?
Oh, I thought that was. No. I was going to say, am I rushing the telecast here or what? I'm backstage.
Yeah, you're backstage. We like it. Backstage. We don't mind. Yeah, so I did not do.
If you don't mind,
I didn't do much better. I bought in pretty deep, and I played pretty well for a while. Had some horrible beats. Probably 4 bad hands in 2 orbits. And then took a break from the game for several hours, jumped back in, and then did pretty well. So I'm glad that I knew when to stop, knew when to take a break, made sure that my head was good again before I started playing again. And
I took a break and took some photography. Yeah. I sent you a few of them, a select couple of them. I took probably about 400 pictures. 400 still pictures. Wow. I went through them all this morning, so I'll probably take a few more tonight. But we're going to try the tournament out.
Yeah.
The tournament show. So.
Yeah. I took like 10 photos.
Yeah.
But I took a little bit of video, so that was cool. Cool. Did you see my trailer?
Yes. Yeah. That was fun. I wanted to mention that. Yeah, that was kind of neat. You pulled that together pretty quickly. It was pretty cool.
It was between 3 and 4 a.m. in bed.
Yeah.
And by the way, I woke up at 6:45 this morning, so I did not sleep very much last night. But I'm excited to be here and play this tournament today.
That does look a little better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this was, I'm going to switch over, take a look at this. Just another thing that was going on in the poker world this week. Kassouf posted this on his, I saw it on Instagram, probably went on Twitter and everything else too. But he posts his bust out hand from the WPT.
The clock is 0, we're going to get the cards in the air.
WPT 500 day 2. He had made the money already, but then he lands on this hand, which was a 4-way all-in. 3 ace-kings and an ace-10.
I mean, I know the rule is proof for it didn't happen, and I see the proof here. But it's almost like I still don't believe that someone played this hand this way to get. I don't know how 3 players get all in with ace king.
Yeah,
and a 4th guy gets all in
so
with
crazy.
ace king.
It's so crazy to have that happen.
I believe it, but
I mean it.
1 in a million.
Hey, it happens. It happens. Do you ever find yourself in strange spots like that where you get all in with more people than you thought, and then you flip over cards and you're like, how do we all have the same hand except this one guy?
Very, maybe 3-handed. I mean, I get into some 3-handed all-ins, but a 4-handed all-in, unless 2 people are super, super short.
Yeah.
And if they're that short, they usually are not flipping premiums like ace king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I only remember one time happening something like that with me. I think we had 3 players get it all in with king queen off through. We hit absolutely nothing and chopped it. You know, it was just one of those weird things where all flipped over and went, oh, we all have king queen? Okay.
I got super deep in a win tournament, and from the people were talking about their hand a little too much, and I had a lot of chips. And I had put the first player on ace king.
Mm-hmm.
The woman who was next to At started talking and saying, I think we have the same hand. I'm pretty sure we have the same hand.
Mm-hmm.
And when anyone says that, it's typically that's ace king. Now, that didn't mean that the gentleman had ace king, but it meant that I was pretty likely that she had ace king. So I called with 6-7 of diamonds, and I busted both of them.
Yeah. Sometimes
I was like, I'm against
it pays to call with live cards. Yeah. You know, it can do what?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, a lot of their outs are gone at that point. And another thing that I thought was interesting, I saw this one, and I just found it interesting, was from Suited Superman, who plays out of LA, typically posts from Hustler, although I saw him playing it live at the bike the other day, too.
Yes.
So it was a helpful list of things not to say when you win a pot, or specifically when you suck out on someone. Okay. And I was reading through the list, I say too many of these things. I need to cut them out of my vocabulary.
Let's look at the list.
Suck out winning. So,
we'll read the list. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Classic.
Wow, I got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite hand. Ooh, that one busted me out of.
Just a little bit. You're like,
that one busted me out of.
Really? Favorite hand? Wow.
That's what you get for calling with jacks. Ship it. That's pretty. Poor form. I don't know. How many of those things did you feel like you saved? Shoot. A lot of them.
Man, you know what? I'm trying to think.
I've never said easy game in my life.
No. I've definitely never said that. I've occasionally said something like, I knew the ace was coming, especially when I called out with like a bad ace against something that I felt was either a small pair or something like that, and I thought it at least had 2 overs, you know, maybe with ace-10. I kind of felt like the player had kind of a lower pair for a variety of reasons, but just I knew the ace was coming.
Usually, whether I'm ahead or behind, I'm pretty quiet with my all-ins, especially in a tournament. And if I do get lucky on someone, I'm pretty likely to say, sorry, man, I got
in a tournament, I'm pretty much 100%. You know, just kind of give the sorry about that face and move on.
Just don't even look.
Cash game, sometimes, you know, if it's a jovial table, I'll say something just because it's a fun table or whatever. If there's a whole bunch of steaming at the table, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. I'm not going to add to pissing people
Just
off.
Don't even make eye contact.
No, I'm just going to do that. You know, that's as much as I'm really going to do for the most part. What's another one? Oh, yeah, chips. I hear some people say that.
Chips?
Chips, right? Like they're calling for chips to the other guys that they just felt it. I'm like, wow, really? You got to go there? I mean, the guy is already seat opening is pretty bad too.
Here at Rounders, I occasionally hear player set free.
Player set free.
Yeah, when a player bucks in the tournament.
That's at least a creative way to say it, right?
I guess so.
Winner, chicken dinner. I hear that at the Omaha table all the time. That's a favorite saying of one of the regular players.
Okay.
But that's usually also when he gets there with the nuts, or had the nuts the whole way, and finally gets the showdown and gets to show his amazing all-in play, or whatever. Not all-in, but, you know, his amazing play with the nuts. So.
Oh, definitely.
Like, wow, you had the nuts and you bet out the whole way.
Congratulations.
Yay, sir. Limit. You can just bet, fix them out the whole way. It's great. Yeah. So no gamble, no future. Now I don't hear that one as much here, but the couple of times I've visited LA, I heard it almost every hand. Yeah.
Sure.
It was just a constant.
Every hand is pretty frequent.
Yeah, that's pretty frequent.
Yeah.
Not as much here though. So I think it's a regional.
I think we heard I heard a decent amount in Houston.
So speaking of strange things said at the poker table, I wanted to mention the Facebook page, Overheard at the Poker Table, that has cropped up recently.
Yeah.
It's an interesting group. It's open to the public, right? So people can join it.
It's open.
So if you are listening and you want to talk about things you've overheard at the poker table, because we've all overheard some weird stuff at the poker table that makes sense or doesn't make sense or is ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to hear interesting things, funny things, silly things, anything. We love hearing them. A lot of dealers have been posting to it because they hear a lot of interesting things. But we definitely have a good, even just in a week's time or so, we have a good amount of engagement on the Facebook group, and people are posting some pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, so please do look it up on Facebook. Take a look at it. Add things that you hear. Of course, a lot of people are posting a lot of miscellaneous things there, but that's fine. A lot of people talk about their chip horn, the poker table, the racks that they racked up with. So I know that's a picture that still is.
I liked one
people talk about. So.
I liked one that someone said, "I can't play with you guys. You're all poor."
Oh, I can't play with you guys. You're all poor.
You're all poor.
Man.
I can't play with you.
That was too good. That was too good.
Yeah. That the one that I did post, the first one I think that I posted was a true story that I had heard years ago and was only reminded about it because I was playing a home game last weekend, and it involved a 35-year-old man.
Oh yeah.
A Russian immigrant and a border checkpoint.
Okay.
And the Russian immigrant is here right now.
Okay. All right.
And now he's a grown man. Okay. So go check it out. You can hear the rest of it.
Cool. What a neat story. All right. Yeah. Hey, it's in there. So check it out when you get a chance. The last thing I noticed that I kind of wanted to bring up, during our episode here was Johnny, who is here today and was yesterday, posted the conclusion of his 30 consecutive days of poker. Now, we had a little video performance issue where we had picture over picture, and it's just a little too choppy. So I'm just going to leave a freeze frame of it there.
Sure.
But you watched this vlog?
I did.
And, of course, I did too. This is the conclusion of his 30 days. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Check it out. He did 30 days of playing poker, in a row, and he tracks his results, and he provides hand histories and other, things. He does traveling in there. So it's a whole bunch of different things where he's calling it Embrace the Grind.
Yeah, his goal was to play 5 hours a day, play 150 hours in a month, and I think he hit over that for sure. I think he was closer to 160.
Yeah.
But it just shows you that there's some players that can make a good living and by really grinding it out and being disciplined. I think he was playing pretty much 2-5 for the whole time.
Yeah, they're 2-5 or 5-5.
2-5 or 5-5.
They might even have 5 or 5 10 7 miles. I know he plays with $10 chip, but I don't really pay attention to what he says.
I think he said that he plays with the $10 chips purposely to make bet sizing larger.
Very clever.
Yeah, he uses the yellow chip.
Good idea.
Smart guy, that Johnny.
Yeah. I like that. That's a very good plan.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's playing either 3-5 or 5-5.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a really neat look at. This, of course, is a guy that's got family. He's got other commitments. He's got a life. He's got a vlog he's got to work on that he spends hours editing, each week.
Yeah. And
he still finds the time to get 150 plus hours in a 1 month period. So that's, that's a good chunk.
I think it's good. You just don't sleep, you'll be fine.
That's right. Yeah. That's all it takes. What's the big deal?
Just don't sleep, guys.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong? So for today, we have the tournament part of the mug here.
Yeah, so it's a $200 buy-in. I think it's like 160 plus 40, the house fee or hourly fee. There's a $10,000 guarantee, and I personally believe that they will crush the guarantee, probably getting closer to 20,000. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely. You went to the Texas Card House version of the same event, right, where they had the mug on the tournament day?
I did.
And that also just blew the guarantee away, right?
It did. I want to say that their guarantee was only $5,000.
Okay.
But they also hit over the 20K mark. So really, to me, the tournament is very, very similar, other than the fact that Rounders already knows that the guarantee is going to get crushed. So they raised the guarantee to 10K. I think the fact that it's a 160 plus rebuys for a solid 2 to 4 hours. I'm not sure how long it is. Probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Re-entry.
They basically plan on you to be there at least 2 hours, hopefully. And then, the structure is set to start really knocking most people out after 2 hours. So you should get at least. Are you gonna play
from the beginning, or are you gonna wait closer to the break?
I'll wait a little bit. I do like the way the structure starts slow, but to me, that very first level of 100, what do you do with free betting? I just don't know what to make raises. I just, I don't play 1-1 cash, so I really don't know what to do with it.
It would be an interesting topic for us to discuss at a later time, because I hear a lot of people say those are the levels you want to play because poorer players are in the tournament at that time, because it just started and they're giving away chips. Yeah. And then I've heard other players say, I want to register as close to the late registration ending as possible, as long as I have a good big blind stack, because I want to be fresh in the latest hours of the tournament. So I don't want to play an extra 2 hours or 4 hours if I don't have to. So I've heard both arguments. I really don't know which one I agree with. To me, it's more about when do I feel comfortable in playing, and do I still have a large number of big blinds that I don't have to really play right at the beginning?
Yeah, well, it's definitely true that the worst players are there at the beginning, because once they bust out the lead, also.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get their chips after that. They're going to be spread over the table. So it certainly is a certain strategy to do it that way, and it's not necessarily a bad one. I'll probably jump in after a half hour.
Oh, yeah, I think
something like that.
I'll probably do that the same way. Yep.
And it looks like it is going to be starting in about 7 minutes, and they're going to start getting this table set up for the tournament. So we're going to have to cut this episode a little bit short, but we'll put clips up like we did for the last episode. If you guys take a look at our channel, we'll always put the just raw, unedited version up so you can watch the entire thing. But then within a couple of days, I'll do clips so that you can watch smaller, 2 to 10 minute chunks of the show where we covered a particular topic.
Yeah, and thanks to Mike for putting all those smaller snippets together. I think people really like those. We really appreciate all the likes, comments, subscriptions, reshares, comments on Facebook, Instagram, everything. Thanks a lot.
All right, and if you're here today, come on out. The tournament registration is going to be going for another 2 hours and 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
So come on out and enjoy it.
All right, guys.
All righty.
Appreciate it,
guys. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye.
Awkward way.